We are the giveth families, and we will read Joshua 24:14.
Now therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in faithfulness. Put away the gods that your fathers served beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord.
Bye.
Hi there, and welcome to our daily devotional as part of our Generations United series. The life of Joshua serves as an example of faithful and active service to God. In Joshua chapter 24, we find him calling the people of Israel to fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and faithfulness. The Bible indicates that Joshua served the Lord all of his life, first as a military leader when early Israel was making its way toward the Promised Land, and then as a part of the exploration team that surveyed the situation in the Promised Land. And when the majority of that team responded with a negative report, highlighting the strong cities and the strong people in the land of Canaan, many in the community expressed a desire to go back to Egypt. It was Joshua who had the courage to advise the people of Israel not to rebel against the Lord. He said, "If the Lord delights in us, he will bring us into this land and give it to us, a land that flows with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not fear the people of the land, for they are bread to us. For the Lord is with us. Do not fear them." In spite of Joshua's strong warning, the people chose to rebel against the directive of God. They refused to go forth to possess the land that had been promised to their ancestors. The end result of that act of rebellion was that the Lord left those Israelites to wander as nomads in the wilderness until the next generation reached adulthood. 4 decades later, when the new generation of Israelites were given the opportunity to possess the land, it was Joshua who was chosen to lead them in that conquest. The first city that the Israelites conquered was the city of Jericho. Joshua chapter 6 records the dramatic conquest of that great fortified city. Joshua had the Israelites march around the walls of the city silently for 6 days. And then on the 7th day, with a great shout and trumpets blowing, the walls of the city came tumbling down. You know, it's interesting that the book of Joshua begins with the command that Joshua be strong and courageous, an admonition that was repeated 3 times in that chapter alone. One has to wonder if Joshua ever had to wrestle with the feelings of inadequacy regarding being chosen for a very difficult task, or about following in the footsteps of a larger-than-life figure like Moses. The theme of the book of Joshua is the successful conquest of the Promised Land under the leadership of Joshua. And it ends with an admonition from Joshua for the people of Israel to be faithful in their covenant relationship with the Lord. Joshua stands out as a faithful and influential servant leader of the Lord. The book of Judges informs us that the people served the Lord all the days of Joshua, so that we can see his call for the people to be faithful was heeded during his lifetime. So take the next couple of minutes and talk about this question with each other. When was a time that you had an opportunity to serve the Lord in a task, but feared you lacked the ability to accomplish the task? And then what did you do in that situation? How did you respond? After you take a couple minutes to discuss this question with one another, close out your time together with a word of prayer.